of my co-hosts Isaac Simpson and Maria Perry, I'd like to welcome you to this episode of Short on Shorts. Our special guest reviewer this week is Kim Adelman, author of Making It Big in Shorts, the ultimate filmmaker's guide to short films. And today we're reviewing Meet the Leekes, directed by James Shepard. Make sure to check it out before watching our review at the link in the description below. Enjoy the movie and our review.
Moving on to our second film, it is Maria's pick, called Meet the Leekes, written and directed by James Shepard and starring the Leek family, James, Emma, Lexi, and Jude Leek. Meet the Leekes is a nihilistic, semi-ghost horror story film about a French butcher's descent into madness. It's sort of the Shining of charcuterie.
You're very proud of that phrase.
Yeah, it really was. When I
should
wrote
be.
that, I was like, yeah, okay. So Maria, what drew you to this, besides your penchant for supernatural things?
Well, I mean, that's what drew me to it. But the reason I ended up picking it was actually because I thought it was so smart. Like, I don't see a lot of very smart horror films or a lot of very smart sort of descent into madness films. I think that's an easy genre to really just be kind of cliche about.
Yeah.
But what I really liked about this one is that it's in both French and English, and the language barrier makes it feel more isolated. Like, he only speaks English to his family, and he only speaks French to the ghosts. So when he starts talking to the, like, dead child, there's this weird thing where it feels like he's the only one who can see them even before you get the reveal that everyone's dead and whatnot. So it's a very, like I said, I think it's very smart, and I liked that aspect, I think, the most.
Did you know she was dead right away?
Yes, because I watch so much
Okay.
horror that it's like, oh, it's a small, creepy child. That one's dead.
Definitely that. It's probably true.
I mean, the thing that struck me the most about this film was how beautiful it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't watch a lot of horror films, but in my limited experience with them, beautiful photography is not the first priority usually.
Yeah.
That's true.
Right? And this is so striking. I mean, every single frame is a beautiful photograph. What was with it? So is it part of the fact that, so they're all dead, including the wife?
No.
The wife's not dead? Because there's that thing, right? There's the one scene, this is the thing that confused me about it. So there's the one scene where they're all really angry and she's at the table and she's wearing the black lipstick. And then the very next scene, when we see her, all of a sudden everyone's really happy and she's not wearing the black lipstick. What was that all about?
It's probably in his head. I mean, it's about him going insane, so
Right.
I imagine that's probably a clear cut into this is in your head and this is what's real.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think this is really a logical film where you can play along straight and assume that you're going to understand everything that's in it. It's very
Right.
impressionistic, I would say.
It
Right.
is.
Did you feel like, did you guys feel like you were missing a motivation for him? Like,
Maybe a little backstory, perhaps, or something?
yeah, I mean, anything that showed me why he was going insane at this moment, right? I mean, I get that he goes into the shop and they refuse his meat,
No.
right? Which was cute. But it didn't feel like, again, it just felt like if that's the thing that causes him to kind of descend into madness, then let me see that.
Well, I mean,
give me an opportunity.
You just kind of put your finger on it like a second ago where you see like he feels that his wife expects him to do more and he's letting his family down. And
Right.
like, I think that's a pretty good motivator. There's not a ton of talking in it, so it's not like he had to say, I am going crazy. My wife is mad at me.
Right. Well, no. See,
Okay.
I guess that's actually exactly my point. I'm not talking about a lot of talking, right? I'm talking about us not having to sit here and intellectualize why he went into madness. You know, they could have just portrayed that in a much more organic way. Now, again, that's always my preference, right? I always want those sort of emotional aspects to be authentic, right? But it is a really, really beautiful and creepy horror film.
It is
I mean, for
beautiful,
sure.
but is the plot elements a little kind of scattered and
It's all over the
undercooked
place.
a little? Yeah, that's kind of how would you say this, in terms of films in this genre, short films in this genre, how did you place this?
Yeah, I too am not the biggest horror fan. I wouldn't even call this a horror film. It's an experimental film, and I believe it's also a student film, and it kind of feels a little bit like a student film too, where he's trying lots of things and more power to him. Do what you can do.
Right.
It's definitely not for vegetarians, too. I'm not a vegetarian, but I was like, ooh, I'm not so into meat anymore after watching this film.
Yeah, no, I would agree with you, actually. It's a little, visually it's very complete, but the visual ideas are very well manifested, but in terms of the plot and the characters, it's a little like, what? Like, what's happening?
And I didn't think about it. It didn't strike me as a horror film either. I mean, this, I know there's a lot of differences, obviously, but the first thing it reminded me of was Jacob's Ladder. I mean, this is felt much more like a psychological.
It's a going insane film. That's a genre for it.
Well, but does he end up killing everyone?
Here's the thing, though, is that because that's the way it strikes, or it struck me at least, if I had a motivation for him, if that was there for me, then all the scatteredness would have been okay. Because it's about him going crazy. So it's fine that it's all over the place, right? So it's just this one, to me, it's just that one little, it's not little, it's important. But it's that one element that's missing.
Yeah.
And if you also want to compare it to The Shining, which is kind of unfair to do for any short film,
That's
but,
Well, the fact that you're comparing
It's
it to
just
The Shining
Kubrick,
is very
you know?
nice of you anyway. Like, go ahead.
but that's where I would kind of say it's like, he's
Yeah.
going insane in this place and ghosts are appearing, et cetera, et cetera. One other thing is, did those French kids not speak French well? I don't speak French myself, but it seemed like their accents were kind of not so great.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I have
I
no
wouldn't
idea
know
either.
bad.
I also
French,
didn't
but
think
not-
that he was French. I thought he was supposed to be an
Yeah, I think
English
they're
guy
British,
living in
right?
living in France.
Yeah, the
That's
Leekes.
what I got.
They don't sound French. The Leek family. Weird that they used the real name of the family too.
Well, both families.
Yeah,
The French kids and the butcher were one family, and then the Leekes family was another family. So
Yeah.
this is just two families in a
That are
film.
actually.
And we have no idea why they did that.
Well, I'm sure there's an answer, but I
Well,
don't know it.
it's
Well-
like you said, it's the director's thesis film.
Oh.
So he just called his friends and was like,
That's
"Hey,
so
let's
let's
make."
do the
And
whole family.
considering that these are small children who are not actors,
Yeah.
those are really talented small
Oh
children.
my God! Yeah, no, the performances were all good.
But like I
They were
said, he
awful.
just cast his friend's
Yeah,
family.
no, that's crazy. That's
so
awesome.
that's a really lucky
Now
casting.
you're giving him a little more credit, huh?
Oh no! I do think that there's so much that's good about this film. It's just that one thing I think would have tied it all together for me, and would have elevated it from a really really good film to a great film.
All right. Well, check this out in the link below. Meet the Leeks if you like short horror / sci-fi ghosts. Not sci-fi, sorry. Ghosts.